All right, welcome back to another edition of I Only Listen to 90s Music with my illustrious crew. Stacy, how are you doing?
All right. When's the last time we recorded?
The 3-6 Mafia episode.
About a month.
Like what month was that? Like, was I 40 yet? Did I cut my hair off?
That was
It's
December.
like early December.
You did it when your boy's birthday party. You did it from when you came in town for your boy's 40th.
Thank you. There you go.
You did it from your hotel room.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There it was. I'm always in somebody's hotel room, but that's a story for another day.
Scott, how you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. How everybody doing? Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah,
Happy New Year to everybody. Before we even get into our topics, there was a kerfuffle. I don't know if y'all saw on the 3-6 Mafia YouTube page. Somebody said that we don't know music. We don't like lyrics. This dude just went on a tirade for like 3 comments. On the last one, the 3-6 Mafia was like, Bone was so much better. Y'all must not want to listen to no lyrics. Y'all only want to listen to club bangers. And I was like, so that's what Versus is for. I'm not paying to go hear no lyrics, and I spent $100 on no ticket.
Hey, we want to see hits.
It's lyrically, Bone is better. However, when it comes to putting on a show, and the crowd getting all amped up, it's going to be 3-6 Mafia. Nobody's in the club asking to hear Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, and a lot of Bone music didn't age well.
No, it didn't. It didn't. All of it is only when your days you was hotboxing in the Cutlass music.
Oh, speaking of Bone and 3-6, I see they doing a show with No Limit. I guess they're going on tour with No Limit.
It's No Limit. That one is a struggle one. They could just did them two. Did Master P put up the money? Is that why they decided to let them?
Yeah, I just saw the flyer for a show in Kansas City next month.
Because they ain't coming to St. Louis with No Limit. I tell you that.
Yeah.
That last St. Louis No Limit tour.
They got booed.
So since we tours, Scott let us know the Auntie tour is coming. Can you break it down for us, the Auntie tour?
Oh, Auntie tour exclusive. We got Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, and Stephanie Mills.
So no Shaka Khan.
No, Shaka didn't make it to
Anita not going?
Nah, you know Anita wasn't going to that. Anita wasn't messing with them. Anita
got her own tour. If she wasn't going to tour, it's all her money.
Yeah. No,
all her money. Like, it's all her money. Like, she's like, I'm not splitting with them 3 other women for what?
Shit.
I'm filling up 2 hours on the dolo. Like,
yeah.
Man,
would Shaka Khan have made this tour if she did not have her Versus performance?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Man, I gotta make sure my mama know about this because Brenda gonna be up in there. Whoo!
Yeah.
Baby, get that shot in her knee and be up in there.
Hey, me and my wife was just talking about it. We don't think nobody husband's gonna be at that tour. It's gonna be our aunties.
Yeah. Is it how many cities is it hitting?
I don't know. I didn't even see the cities. I just know it was coming to St. Louis in April. At the Chaffetz.
Okay, so they got a nice
I just saw that. Let me see. Now I gotta look and find it because I need more about this. I need to know everything there is to know about this tour. I need to know what the name of the tour is.
So who opens up?
Is it the Valentine's Love Jam? Wait a minute.
They're gonna be in Dallas with Valentine's Day.
Kansas, is this Kansas City? Where is this at? Where is the KFC Yum Center? So wherever that is, the legendary Patti LaBelle announced her return to the KFC Yum Center on Friday, February 11th.
Oh, that's in Louisville.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's Louisville.
That's a different city, so it's not in St. Louis, but it's like Valentine's Love Jam featuring Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, and special guest Stephanie Mills. So Stephanie Mills is special guesting.
So she's opening up. Obviously.
She opening.
This is
who closes the show out?
I think Patti closes. You don't know?
No.
Oh, this is in Louisville.
Oh man.
I know Gladys got. I don't know. I think Patti closed because she's gonna give out.
I'm just saying because Gladys might just do the old. Is Gladys older than Patti? Or are they the same exact age?
Patti is older than Gladys. Gladys is the baby.
I know they're around the same. They close.
Like it's not a significant age difference.
About a couple years or something.
Patti is 77 and
Gladys is 77.
Gladys is 77. So
they the same age.
Gladys Knight came out first though, so that's why I'm thinking she gonna close.
Wait a minute, hold on. They 4 days apart.
This the birthday twin tour.
Right. Like, yeah. Patti is May 24th, 1944. Gladys is May 28th.
Oh, two Geminis on tour.
And I'm sure that Gladys lets it be known that she's 4 days younger than Patti LaBelle is.
You know I'm the baby.
I'm the baby.
And she came out
you know,
first.
Patti is older. She like my big sister.
But she came out first. Does Gladys think she's the
Gladys
big
came
sister?
out
She came
first,
out before Patti.
It just reminds me of that episode of Out All Night when they're talking to Patti LaBelle and it's like they're like, are you older than so and so, older than so and so? And then they brought up Aretha Franklin and she got an attitude about not being older than Aretha Franklin.
Didn't they really have a beef?
That's when the beef started.
I would say, didn't they have a beef in real life?
No, what I don't know if they really had a beef, but there is that clip of Aretha Franklin walking through
the White House,
wherever that was, and then she sees Patti and just kind of is like, like, so I don't know if they actually have a beef, but it's funny as shit if they did.
I think it's real, and I don't even think it's over a man. It's over some show in Dallas, Texas, in like September 15th, 1979. She took too long on stage. And Aretha was like, my feet hurt already in these heels.
Or Patti said something about Aretha's greens. Any of those things could have happened. Them greens.
She was like, I'm the better.
I don't know why Aretha keep trying to give her them salty ass greens. And she heard about it and they've been beefing ever since.
Or what if they kids dated?
Like I said, but whatever the beef is, it is something that old black women beef over. That's all it is.
Did y'all know Out All Night was in the same universe as Fresh Prince?
Yeah, early.
What's the connection?
I don't know. I was reading
it was
NBC.
NBC.
It's the same universe.
Early 90s, 91, 92.
I mean, it did come on after Fresh Prince, but I was like, I didn't know they were in the same universe, though.
I thought it came on Saturday nights, though. I don't remember. It came on Mondays?
It came on after Fresh Prince.
Now I'm wondering, like, what was the connection, man?
Did Wayne Martin was he ever on Fresh Prince?
Yeah, he was on there.
But not to look and see. Now I'm about to try to find an episode to figure out like what was the
connection.
How was that universe connected? It's somewhere in there.
So then we got another tour we got coming up is what is it? I don't even know. What did they name in that tour with Charlie Wilson and New Edition? I
forgot. I just know it's New Edition. Because it's their first time all of them back together.
Yeah.
New Edition and Jodeci.
It's first time of them all back together too.
Yeah. And then, let's sprinkle Uncle Charlie in there. Just in case somebody start fighting.
Honestly, you should have had Boys the Men there instead of Charlie Wilson to make that like super show. Or Boys the Men made too much money in Vegas. And they getting that Vegas money. And after this tour, New Edition gonna have a residency. Right, they got their residency. Yeah. Vegas. Is Devontae gonna show up?
Is Casey gonna be sober?
And JoJo. Shout out to Javon Bibbs, who said he did a show in Davenport, Iowa, and he literally sitting on the side of the stage. He opened up for them as doing comedy, and he says literally JoJo sat there holding the mic and then just passed out, and then Casey goes, "What y'all done did to my brother?" and Casey continues to sing. JoJo finally gets up, leaves the stage. Casey finishes the show on his own. JoJo never comes back.
It's like when he riding on that man's shoulder.
And he said that's the first time he saw him do that was there in Davenport.
Yeah, he do that.
That just sounds right. It just sounds like that's like it's one of those. It's not one of those where you say I don't believe that. It's like that sounds.
Yeah, it's true.
That sounds right.
This got to be a drug-free tour. Like we got there's no alcohol, no drugs. Nothing on the writer is anything like that.
Yeah, man. Y'all just drinking sodas. Y'all got
It's
sodas.
It's gonna be BYOB.
I mean, so Jodeci opens this up, then Charlie, then New Edition.
Nigga, is Bobby gonna be there?
I think all the New Edition gonna be there.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me say this: how many states or how many cities is the tour? Because I feel like Bobby will be there in the beginning of this tour, and at some point, Bobby's gonna say, "Fuck this."
Well, he did the whole RBR&M tour with them. When it came, that was good. Bobby actually sounded like Bobby. Then, like his voice came back,
and he was moving.
Okay.
He had picked up a little weight, but he was still moving.
No, I think it was an episode, one of the episodes of Real Husbands of Housewives. Oh, not Real Husbands of Housewives, Real Husbands of Hollywood. He's on there, and but it's a scene with him and Nelly, and he's in the studio. But they were like, how he didn't sound right. And he's like, well, I've never, this is my first time actually recording sober. And it's like, that's deep, because you think about it, like, well, when we say that sometimes he doesn't have his voice back, was he sober or not sober? Is that making a huge difference in his performance?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, because I remember when I saw them all last night all together at the Scott Trade, he didn't sound as good as he did on that RBR&M tour.
Yeah,
and that was like 2011.
Is that the one SWV?
Yep. SWV opened up for him.
So it's possible he may not. If he's sober or not sober, don't know. But if he's there and he's sounding good and he's dancing and doing everything he's supposed to do, hey, more power to him.
Is Jodeci had like one of the biggest falls from grace for a group? Like how big they were. Yeah. Like New Edition still kind of kept their mystique up. Boys the Men did. I'm trying to think of like kind of they were on par with.
They was right up there. What, Drew Hill was after them.
Drew Hills fell off as well. Because they got 50 different new members. They didn't they merged with Player.
Yeah, that merged with Player.
Yeah. That's a really good question.
Like Stacey, did you have a thing for Devontae back in the day?
No, I was all about Dalvin.
Okay. Does he have the same mystique for you as he did then?
No.
Did we just watch a video?
Yeah, we did.
Like a couple episodes ago.
But I'm saying, I see Ronnie DeVoe, women still digging Ronnie DeVoe. That still wouldn't, like, oh, Ronnie was the one.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Ronnie was kind of like the cuter one. Like I did for New Edition, Ronnie DeVoe would have been my boo. But I just have a thing for taller guys because I've always been tall. So like if you was a tall dude in the group, you got my attention. It's like, okay, cool. Like he's not a short guy. So out of New Edition, Ronnie DeVoe would have been it. And then for Jodeci, it was me and Dalvin. We're gonna be together.
And he doesn't have that same mystique anymore. Is it because the group fell off?
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't. Like, 'cause I remember being pissed off at the "Love You for Life" video because I thought him and T-Boz really got married.
Yeah. Everybody thought they was really a couple.
It was a problem.
They were a couple though, weren't they?
I was ready to start writing letters, hate mail, everything.
Weren't they really a couple in real life?
Were they a couple?
Yeah, they was a couple in real life.
I don't know. I didn't know.
In the TLC movie, they acted like they were a real couple.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was for the video.
Yeah, it was it definitely put a strain on our relationship.
I mean, and keep in mind, T-Boz left Dalvin for Mac 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
those are those young decisions in your 20s.
Like
that don't work out the best.
There's that part.
Yeah. Well, Left Eye was with Andre Rison.
I mean, that one was a match made in heaven. To be honest,
Stand a queen. Stand a queen. Sometimes you gotta burn nigga shit down, and that's just.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was rocking with each other and it was super toxic, they were still together.
Yeah, he took it back.
That wasn't a breakup.
He's like,
oh man, I get another
let
house.
him know you mean business.
He's like, oh, I get another house.
You know what I'm saying? Once you do that and let him know you mean business, and that now the healing can begin.
Supposedly, Can I Get Away is about Left Eye by Tupac.
Listen, burn the nigga shit down sometimes.
Because suppose Andre Rison was putting his hands on her, and Tupac wrote that song to her.
That's deep.
And if you listen to it, you like, oh, he is talking about Left Eye. Like, and
I
I
had to go back and
they
listen.
never got together, but they were like super like it was his Jada later on in his life.
Yeah.
I think there were a lot of women that he just had good relationships with that he wasn't necessarily sleeping with. Right. Because people refuse to believe that him and Jada weren't sleeping together. And it's like, you do know that men and women can be like friends.
Yeah, they can just be cool.
Like they can just be cool and like, and it's all good. And I think there's a respect that he had for Jada that I don't think any other woman compared to. Like, and that's why he looked at her the way that he did and just talked about her the way that he did because of the respect that he had for her. But niggas don't be respecting women, so that's why they don't get it.
And could you imagine Tupac being alive now? No, just for Jada Pinkett and Will Smith stuff. Like just to because Jada just started dating Will when Pac died, so it was he didn't even know how serious they were for real. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, in Will's book, he mentions meeting Tupac and just not being secure enough to try to even build a friendship with him. And he regrets that he didn't do that because he absolutely could have.
Was this because of Jada that he met him, or was it like before?
Yeah, because of Jada. That
before it was through Jada. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you know, Jada's like, "This is my best friend. This is Tupac," and Will is like, "So," and you know, like, and just
I mean, he did outlaw her from doing the California Love video.
Like, it's a whole.
That's her concept. People don't know, like that Mad Max thing she came up with.
I'm sure she did.
And she put on hype Will. She's like, I know this other director do because Will was like, yo, you can't direct that video, you know, blah 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 blah. And she was like, I know this dude Hype Williams, he's good. And they took her treatment and made it the video for California Love. The original, not the the party one, the Mad Max one.
Yeah. With Chris Tucker.
Tupac just popping over the crib, just showing up. Because he ain't a dude that's gonna call. He just gonna show up.
He's like, me and Jaden finna get in the booth.
I was just gonna say that, hanging out with Jaden, taking him to the strip club.
It could have happened.
Telling Willow to watch out for
Willow wrote that letter about she wished that Pac didn't die. Yeah, Will Smith is glad that man passed.
Like, they're very different. I mean, I said, well, this is my plug for Will Smith's book. If you haven't read his book or listened to it on Audible, please do. Whatever opinion you have about Will Smith, you're probably right, but listen to the book. Like, it's so my best friend, he's like, sometimes I just hate listening to Will talk because it just sounds like he feels like he knows everything. I said, listen to the book or read it, and you'll understand where that comes from when he speaks or whatever. And it just all makes sense. Everything, it just makes sense. You'll be like, that makes so much fucking sense.
So does it excel whatever you felt about him before? Like, if you was like, he thinks he know everything, it makes it like, okay, yeah, he do. But if you like, yo, he's super humble. Oh yeah.
In both of them. So it's not so much that he feels like he knows everything or that, like, why does he talk like that? Like, sometimes, like, now when you hear Will talk, it's like, okay, nigga, you do not have a doctorate in whatever the fuck it is you're talking about. Right? But you also learn more about his life, like his childhood growing up, just really the story of him getting on and getting to where he is now, how hard he worked and sacrifices that he made, or just how his mind works. And then there are some stories that Jada has told, but when you hear his version, when you hear him saying it, and it's like it all just kind of comes together. Like, any question that you had, now it all makes sense. It all totally makes sense, because Jada will tell you that she thinks Will is corny. She'll tell you that she thinks Will is selfish. Like, it's a story she talks about with her birthday party and how he threw her this amazing birthday party and she fucking hated it. And was like, no, like, you didn't throw this party for me. You threw this party for you. Like, this is not something that I would want. And then when you hear him talk about it, and just even how as he was thinking about making the party and all the stuff that he was trying to do, but it was like, it was for her, but never for her. Like, it was like, look at what I can do. Look at what I did for you. versus this is something that you want and I got this for you wanted.
Yeah,
so like I said, but it's it just, I'll say it just all makes sense. Everything just makes sense, and I don't love him less or love him more for it, but I there's definitely a better understanding of a lot of things.
He had the best rumors about him too. Like he had good rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Like in his career coming up, like the idea that he like turned down a scholarship to MIT to go take the record deal. Like those are great rumors.
No, it wasn't MIT, but there is a scholarship that he turned down.
Yeah, but they made it MIT. Like you turned down MIT.
Wait a minute. And well, now I got to remember what the hell the school was, because it essentially, like, there was like his mother worked hard as hell to like get him, like, you know, do all the scholarships, applications, everything, and he didn't want to go. And then when he told her, like, I don't want to go, and she was like, right, so you're just throwing away your life. And like his dad had to kind of be like, you let him have a year. He gets 1 year. And after 1 year, he going to school or doing some shit. But give him a year to do this little rap dumb shit that he's trying to do and all of that. And he got his year within that year. And then I think when she called the school to tell him, like, can we defer his enrollment for a year? They were like, okay, but why? And she's like, well, he wants to be a rapper or some shit. And the dean of students was like, yeah, like, well, you know what, like that experience that he'll get, it's not something he'll be able to get here. So like, yeah, go on ahead and let him have that year. And thank God within that year, shit worked out. But it wasn't MIT, but it was definitely, I got to remember now. But if it wasn't MIT,
some good school,
it wasn't Joe's Barber School. I tell you that it was.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Like it wasn't a rinky-dink ass school. Like it was definitely a thing that, like, you have the opportunity to go here and you saying no. Like, okay, I guess, nigga. But
all right, next up in our
topic.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I was gonna say y'all peeped that trailer to the new Fresh Prince.
Yes,
that's supposed to debut on Super Bowl. I like it.
I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to see it.
I think everybody's too attractive.
Was everybody not attractive the first go round?
No, but Jeffrey up here looking like he could take your girl.
He possibly can.
That's what I'm saying.
I sensed an accent, and that accent was not British. I think that he might be a West African, and if so, we're all in trouble.
Yep. And then Uncle Phil looked attractive. Like, Uncle Phil? Uncle Phil gonna take my girl too?
Phil a whole alpha. And
like, you know, I'm a judge.
In that promo, like, whoa. So yeah, it's I'm definitely excited to see it though. And to that point, like, there was Saturday Night Live did a
that Urkel one was the best.
They did an Urkel one. Yeah. Like a gritty thing. And it's like, but you think about, like, what other shows could come back and a reboot as a drama?
Well, I had the Family Matters coming back as drama and saying that Jamie Foxworth had a heroin addiction. That's when she comes back from that, and that was gonna be the kickoff for the new thing of like she coming back into the fold because she went on and did porn and everything. You can bank on that. Say you went upstairs, she had a heroin addiction, and they kept her in the room.
It starts off with her welcome home party.
Yes. And Steve got paper and stuff, and they gotta let this junkie move in.
Yeah, man. And she gotta stay in grandma's old room.
And then y'all remember Eddie became a cop, so then maybe he'd be like a little dirty cop.
Mm-hmm.
That would be dope.
Waldo was the caterer, because when he go to like a chef school?
Yeah. And then Cherry, she was dating. Did y'all ever watch the last season of Family Matters?
I saw a couple episodes. I remember it went to CBS, but I didn't really watch it.
I didn't even know it switched stations. Like, I had stopped watching, and years later find out they switched Harriet's and they had switched channels.
It was the chick that played Gina's mom on Martin.
Yeah.
She didn't do bad. It's just that you saw Harriet for like
just a different
years.
Harriet, yeah.
But it's an episode where Cherry gets locked up for having drugs, for messing with a dope dealer dude, and it's Christoph St. John from Young and the Restless.
Shut
He's
up.
the boyfriend. Yes. And it makes sense because he's on CBS, and them, like you just go over to the trail over there, make a right. You on that set, go and get you a check, and come back over here for tomorrow's Young and the Restless episode.
Yep.
It was hilarious because it was like, I didn't know I had no drugs. It's like, get against the wall, and then Eddie was like, I told you not to mess with him. Dun, dun, dun. Go to commercial. She leaned up against the car.
Right.
Remember that episode? Laura had got robbed for her jacket, and then she came strapped. I think she got called gun or something.
Yeah, she did. But it would be totally different. I mean, they'd have to. I think they could do a reboot of Family Matters, though.
I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's passed away except the grandmother. You can kind of bring a couple of the characters back. Jaleel White is still generally relevant. You probably have to worry about Laura, because I think she's like a housewife now.
Well, I think at this point, like they just would have to change the character. Like they'd have to have all new characters. Like I don't want to see the old.
You're saying redo with a new set of people.
Like I want a whole new set of people, and I'll allow it. And then even with the Urkel character, with him being a nerd, we could change. Like he could be that black nerd where he likes anime and shit, and just can't dance or something, and got a weird haircut.
Yeah.
I can tell, like that's
like he's still like cheese.
So next up, Stacy started a kerfuffle in the I Love 90s music group. If you want to join that, go to Facebook and join that. Stacy, you go ahead and go ahead and you it's your question. You're the one that put it out there that started this.
All I said was, so the question was when Tevin Campbell was at his height, right? I feel like he was the Prince of R&B, and that Usher came in and stole that position on the throne from him. And I'm like, I said, like, am I crazy? I'm like, or is that what happened? Right? That Tevin had it, and then Usher came in and stole it, out here dancing around, being sexy and flexy and shit. Right? Because Usher had already had an album out, but then when My Way dropped, that's when the game changed.
Yeah.
Period. Right? Like if you
when he got with Jermaine Dupri.
Right, came out, right, working out with Jermaine Dupri. Like people, like some people knew Can You Get With It and Call Me a Mac, but My Way is what completely changed everything. And then then his career just pretty much took off. And then even when the what's the damn song? You Make Me Wanna, and he pulled his pants down on the and every boy group of dancers at every talent show at that point had to pull down their pants during the thing. So, so to that point again, so if so Tevin had it, and then it went to Usher, and then people were like, nah, Tevin ain't never had it. It's always been Usher. Couldn't have always been Usher. Somebody had to be before him. Like there had to be a prince before him.
It was
Tevin. It was Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown is the king.
People, because I've been doing some research on this. I mean, I'd already knew Tevin, but like really dived into it. Tevin has his only 4 albums are all good albums. Like that's all. Even the one in '99 got Another Way on there, like a couple other tracks. That
one
first
with the
Tevin album.
Braids.
No. This is the one after the braids.
Okay.
When he thought he was trying to be a little bit more sexy in '99. Had the little penthouse with the girl driving up to the crib in the Malibu.
I remember that. Yeah.
But that Tevin album is
Tevin's
hard.
First album.
It's hard. That
Tevin
T
to the E to the B to the I to the N is classic. Yes. Second album, I'm Ready. Fucking classic. And then
Back to the World.
Come Back to the World.
Then Back to the World comes in.
That single was straight. The album wasn't good.
Right. Yeah. So Back to the World is 96.
And hold on though. Remember he was the voice on the Goof Troop movie.
That part.
Oh, that's right.
He was the voice, he was the singing voice on Powerline.
Do not forget that. Correct.
He was getting Disney dollars.
Yep.
Yo, he had 8 singles on the Tevin album chart.
Yeah. And along with you.
There you go. To this day, Along With You goes. It gets played 17 million times in my house. It's nothing. I want to tell you that on, was it this year before last? My Spotify thing, like the top song that I played was Along With You. And it was like year before last. So like it still goes. But yeah, I feel like it was Tevin, and then you got Usher, because My Way was 97.
So
Hey, I think
when he dropped the ball on the Back to the World album, that's when Usher was like, "Got him."
Got it.
Yeah.
Easily grabbed it and ran with it. Because if it wasn't Tevin, if Tevin, like the bottom line is, if Tevin was not the Prince of R&B, who was it? Like, I'll take the argument if you have somebody else that could have been it. Okay, let's have that conversation. But no one can tell me who it was if it wasn't Tevin.
Because Tony Thompson made an attempt when he did his
before.
solo thing.
What do you say?
Definitely wasn't Tony Thompson.
No, because he was in a group too. I mean,
right. And that's another thing. So somebody tried to argue, well, it might have been like Jodeci or it might have been Boyz II Men. No, it doesn't work that way. Like you have to think of the ages of these men at that time. And so Tevin and Usher may have been slightly older than us, but still, basically, he'd have been a senior in high school. You'd have been a freshman. Like, well,
Tevin was too damn young to be singing alone with you. I tell you that.
No, alone with you was fine. Tevin was too damn young to be singing.
Yeah,
gotta break it on.
He was too young to sing that.
And that's
just
Prince
like
that wrote that.
Too young to be singing "Can You Get With It."
Oh, that's right. Yes. Because that one was like, well, that's like 95, right? 94?
Yeah, Can You Get With It from Usher.
On his first album.
Definitely was a song that brought up feelings that I didn't know that I had and probably shouldn't have been having at that time. I didn't understand them. But Can You Get With It should not have been sang by Usher. And I think Usher's even talked about that. How like his mom was like, I think this song is a little too grown.
Yeah, that's when he was running with Puffy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's on that first Usher album.
Yeah, like leaving school, riding around with Diddy and shit, and singing about fucking bitches at 15. Nah, it don't work that way.
Hey, I think that'll be a dope versus 10 songs, young Usher, young Tevin.
Hey, look, if it's only 10 songs, I don't know if Usher's gonna have if he has to, you have to do everything pre-99. I don't think Usher could beat Tevin.
Nah,
because the big,
I had to think about it. Let me say this: I'm out. The answer is always Tevin Campbell. However, I have to think about of what he'd be able to play. I had to think about it a little bit because
everything all the way up to the My Way album.
So yeah, so it'd be the Usher album, so the first album, and it would be the My Way album. So because he doesn't get 8701.
No, he was grown. He was grown.
Yeah, he was too grown. Like, so at that point, so you get up to My Way, and My Way has, he can't beat him. So it has You Make Me Wanna, Nice and
basically
slow.
The first two albums versus each other. First two albums, basically. The first two albums versus each other.
If it's just first two albums, Tevin easily has it.
Yeah.
And Tevin not being able to dance probably hurt him as well.
Yeah.
Because Usher was putting on a full performance.
Exactly. Very much so.
Tevin was like, I'm just gonna out-sing
dancing and being sexy and flexy, and that was it.
And Tevin wasn't a sex symbol like Usher was. Usher was coming in, like you said, taking off his pants, his shirt. Tevin just wanted to sing and walk around the stage, which is fine. That's a great crooner. But he was a classic crooner. Usher was coming into that new, I mean, it's not new, it's Michael Jackson-esque style, but more R&B, not pop version of Michael Jackson.
Like a Michael Jackson mixed with Bobby Brown. Remember he used to do that Bobby Brown tribute on the old thing. That was on HBO, that old concert thing. Yeah. We put on the red leather.
I don't know who could have beat Tevin Campbell at that time. I mean,
or wasn't. I don't think there was anybody. I think that was it. Because I think even with the regular Usher album, Can't Get With It, I forgot about Think of You.
Think of You is the joint.
Yeah, Think of You. Yeah.
Written by Donnell Jones.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
The Many Ways, which is my song.
Anyways.
The Many Ways is my favorite Usher song. Period. Flat out. I love that fucking song with all my heart. But yeah, it wasn't no.
There's nothing with it.
There's nothing. Tevin had it. It wasn't Tevin. Who had it then? Nobody can tell you because it was Tevin. That's that.
Tevin Campbell was,
Tevin Campbell.
So y'all that are watching and listening, and you like to hop in the comments and disagree with us, that's fine. Who was it then? If it was not Tevin, who was it? Tag me in the post. Stacey Adams. Stacey with
they
the
gonna say
E.
it was Jason Weaver.
I wish it could have been.
Yeah, no, everybody was honestly, man. A lot of them cats, if you think about it, that came after Tevin were clones of Tevin or Usher.
I wish Jason Weaver could have blown up in that way.
He came in too late. He came in too late.
Like I wish it could have happened to him because Love Ambition was the shit, but it just didn't happen.
I think it's the dancing and stuff too, though.
I mean that makes a difference. Like people want that whole because it's separate. I'll say this: it separates you from that traditional crooner. It takes you from being a Luther Vandross to being a Bobby Brown. Like,
and that's the style of most R&B cats previously before that were just to go crooning, sitting up there crooning. There was nobody before that was crooning and dancing. Besides
that's what Tyrese was saying, like he couldn't compete with Usher because he was like, I'm singing and this dude dancing and flipping all over the place. I want to do that, but
and that's
I gotta
real
sing
shit.
these girl
And Tyrese, I mean, we talk shit about Tyrese, but Tyrese can sing his fucking ass off.
Oh, Tyrese is a fucking great artist. Like,
right, like, and plenty of fucking stuff, but you can't put on that show, and people want the show.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioning Tyrese, the new group Chicago, I forgot to mention this on the last show, is coming out soon.
Is that with
David Hollister, Carl Thomas, Donnell Jones?
Okay.
I think this will be a most successful version of TGT.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like.
Have y'all seen the remix to Karma for Donnell Jones?
Mm-mm.
Where they all on there and they threw in Jacquees because they needed somebody to be in there young.
No.
So it's basically the group Chicago that's coming out and Jacquees.
I'm mad at their name is Chicago
Because they are from Chicago.
I mean, but there's already a group called
The rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be awesome. They all can write. They all.
The idea is fine. Like the idea is absolutely fine, but simply put,
Donnell Jones?
It ain't gonna be them niggas. Like,
ain't he here with
they not getting that first Google hit?
Ain't Donnell Jones here for their Valentine's with Keisha Cole and
is.
Ja Rule?
And Keisha Cole.
You lost. You said Keisha Cole and Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
And Brownstone.
Blackstreet. And Blackstreet.
And Blackstreet. Yes.
Chauncey's Blackstreet, not Teddy's Blackstreet. I think it's Chauncey's.
Man, I need to become a.
No.
Promoter.
It's Chauncey's Blackstreet, and then special guest Dave Hollister.
Dave Hollister.
They made that, and then in the commercial. No, you're right, Scott. Because in the commercial, he could just been in Blackstreet. They said and special guest Dave Hollister, so he's not even performing with Chauncey and them.
Yeah.
They finna fight over what songs they finna do.
The last time I saw Blackstreet, it was Teddy Riley's Blackstreet.
Right, and because Dave Hollister's back in Blackstreet with Teddy Riley.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Blackstreet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I Let You Go, Blackstreet.
Yes. Even though Blackstreet had a great run with as many different moving parts they had a great run for like 3 albums. I mean, I didn't know nobody was leaving. I knew Dave Hollister left because he did well solo, but I didn't know none of the other cats had left until Wikipedia popped up.
Yeah.
When you start looking up, you're like, they got 9 members. When did they switch people out? The only person I know left was Dave.
I don't know them.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know the dudes from the second
never
album. You don't even know the other 2 dudes from the second album, except for Chauncey.
Yep. You don't, man. Y'all don't even know the dude that sings on with Janet Jackson on
I don't know them.
You don't know his name.
We just know Teddy Riley and Chauncey.
Yep.
That's it.
And the crazy thing about Blackstreet is it's supposed to be Chauncey's group with that dude Greg Overstreet. That's why it's called Blackstreet.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was Chauncey Black and Greg Overstreet, Blackstreet, and Greg Overstreet left. The dude didn't want to be in the group, and then Teddy's like, "Well, I guess I'll join."
There's always somebody who early on is like, "I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm gonna do something else," and then the group blow up.
Yep.
Teddy done been in about 5 groups.
Happens.
That's what I was saying. Teddy just was like, he produced that first track, I Want You, or whatever. And he was like, you know what, I might as well be in the group. He left. You know what, I'll do auto-tune in the voice box on songs.
He's like, Rex and Effects ain't making no noise.
Aaron Hall won't even return my calls.
Yeah, Aaron Hall doing his solo thing.
What was Rex and Effects supposed to be?
Well, one of them is his brother. That's part of the thing. The light-skinned one is his brother.
What was supposed to happen?
Your brother is your mama was like, you better take him with you.
They made it on the NBA Jam video.
Man,
that's exactly what it is. Because if you look at their first song was New Jack Swing, and he was saying that was supposed to be his song, and because he raps on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Teddy Riley was good for jumping on you. They talk about Puffy. Teddy Riley was good for being on your shits.
Man.
And then joining the group.
If that part. That's a real
I've
play.
seen Guy with just Aaron Hall and Damien, and then I've seen Guy with all 3 of them.
Different group.
Yeah.
That is.
Damien Hall is also a person that you need to take your brother with you.
Yeah.
Because
like,
if y'all
go
the first Guy cover, he's not originally in Guy. Y'all know that, right? Go look at the first Guy album cover. It's another dude.
You talking about with the colorful suits on?
The very first Guy album. Yes, he's not in the originally member of Guy.
To that point, did Devontae have to bring Dalvin?
Yep.
You know, I think Dalvin is the responsible one that she was like, all right, you keep all the money.
No, he was like, just look out for your brother. Just keep an eye out on your brother. Make sure you don't do nothing crazy.
Because Dalvin can actually play drums and stuff like that. He actually can do some things in general. I don't know what Damien does besides make sure that everybody get out their hotel room on time.
Hey, that's a good topic, man.
Check out at 11.
Hey, that's
ain't going by everybody's room. Hey, Aaron, get up. We got a flight at 11:30.
Checkout is at 11. I already called the front desk. They said we can't do late checkout.
Hey, that's a good one, man.
Okay.
Groups where you got to bring your sibling with you.
That's the next topic. Write that down. We're gonna talk about that.
It's a whole bunch of people. There's a lot of groups like that.
Groups where you had to bring your sibling.
I mean, Ronnie DeVoe kind of is that because they was his uncle was teaching him how to dance. He was like, well, my nephew can dance.
He's just a dancer because he don't sing. He's not hitting no notes.
Opportunity. People
he may
understand
rap a little bit.
But everybody go look at the original Guy cover. I forgot the guy's name, but because Damien Hall's not singing on that first Guy album at all. He jumped on the tour.
He just dances. Man, he just danced the whole. It's a video. I'm gonna look it up whenever they perform "Goodbye Love." Did you know Aaron Hall doing his thing? But it's a video just looking at this, zooming in on Damien, man. And he just on stage doing all this sexy dance.
All right, our last topic. We have the Pepsi concert coming up for the Super Bowl. What songs y'all want to see here?
First and foremost, because someone asked this in a group, and it's a very good question. I think my sister asked it actually. She's like, I thought the Black Caucus decided that we wasn't doing Super Bowl shows anymore for out here. And then, so that is a question. Like, Black folk, we were quote unquote banning the NFL, and we wasn't performing at Super Bowl shows.
Well, Jay-Z didn't change that.
Jay-Z, Jay-Z sitting at the table, he.
And we decided it was okay again.
Yeah. We need somebody at the table.
There are songs that I absolutely want to hear from Snoop and Dre. They're not going to play those songs that I want to hear.
That was going to be my next question.
I don't think that, because, they blame everything on Middle America. Middle America isn't prepared to hear all the verses of Ain't No Fun. So I'm not going to get to hear that song.
Or Explosive.
I also don't think I'm going to get to hear next episode or Explosive. So pretty much.
I think they're going to do next episode.
You know what?
Yeah, they're going to do next episode.
I'll allow. I think they can do it. I think they can knock that out. But
they're going to do that and still DRE.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do DRE.
Chronic 2001.
We're probably going to get Nothing But a G Thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
if you poll the nation of all people in Middle America, as you called it, Stacey,
right.
That is the song that is probably most identifiable rap song of any person.
Yeah.
Behind the song, after y'all finish, that I think they should add, but they're not going to add, that's Bigger Than That for white people. Because they're not, it's Regulators. If
Regulators,
they don't,
yeah.
Regulators.
And I thought about that when I was getting ready for the podcast. Regulators showed up on played on Spotify, and I was like, you know what? They could play this. Oh, you got to bring. I mean, they can bring Warren G out. It's not a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's his brother.
That's his brother.
Like, nothing but a call.
He can show up. There's Mary's gonna have some fun. Mary has to dance.
Yeah, she got to do dancery. That's
okay. My God. So she's doing Family Affair, right?
Obviously. She has to.
That's her and Dre's song.
And then if she does Family Affair, does she do what's the one she does the dance to?
Right.
Happy. Does she do that in Happy, right?
Or Real Love. I'm just thinking of
that. She could do Just Fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Up Tempo Mary.
Like she could definitely do Just Fine. She's absolutely doing Family Affair. Like it has to happen.
She's not doing Not Gonna Cry, right?
No. She can't go slow.
Song.
She can't do any slow songs.
Yeah.
Like she can't do any slow songs. And then Eminem is going to he'll do his Slim Shady. He's gonna have to do Lose Yourself.
Those is two. I mean, so basically everybody's doing 2 songs. Is that kind of what it is?
Everybody's going to do at least
30 minutes. It's a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I got a feeling they might bring 50 out for In the Club. Kendrick's on the show too.
Yeah, Kendrick's on the show too.
I think we gonna be all right. DNA, and we gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know, on some revolutionary, you know.
Yep. Eminem's gonna do Lose Yourself, like you said, and How My Name Is, right?
Yep.
So then Dre and Snoop, then Mary J does Family Affair, and I guess it's a wild card for the second one.
I say Family Affair.
I was saying Happy because that's the one she do that dance to and come out.
Happy or Real Love. Something up
Real Love.
All right, or she can do Just Fine.
Just Fine. Yeah.
I'm just thinking something up tempo, you know.
Yeah. With
and then Dre and Snoop, they're gonna probably take up the next 15 minutes. So that you could probably get 15 out of those 3 people in the front end, and Dre and Snoop do theirs in the back end.
Dre and M do Forgot About Dre.
Oh, I'm mad. I was like, I wish they could do a whole little timeline going from Deep Cover all the way up to
right. Like I would like to see M and Dre do Forgot About Dre. That's I enjoy.
Oh, that's a good one.
That song tickles me. It does. I love it a lot.
Ooh,
I like it, but I'm here for I don't know who's playing the Super Bowl. Like the Ravens are out, so I stopped paying attention. I don't know what the hell's going on no more. I don't care. But I'm definitely tuning in for the halftime show and commercials, and also tuning in early to whatever they do the pre-show going in. I need to see that because not last year before last had to been. When was one with the little boy? What's his name? Is his name Bucky?
With the Saints.
No, so they did the NFL 100 commercial, which is like my all-time favorite. There's no reason that I love that commercial as much as I do, but I fucking do. I don't know what it is about me and the fucking NFL commercial. I've seen it way too many times. The views that are high are because of me. But then the next year when they did it and they had the little boy running through the country and it was all the different players and everything, and then he stopped at the Arizona Stadium and and all of that. So I didn't see it live. Like, I think by the time I turned it on, it had already happened. So I got to make sure this year that I turn in early enough so I can see whatever the hell it is that they're doing, because that's a tearjerker for me.
What you saying, Scott?
Oh no, I was gonna say, do we get an NWA sighting? Do we?
Does Cube show up, and are they gonna do Fuck the Police? These are questions that we need answers to.
I guarantee you, Fuck the Police. If Fuck the Police happens, I look out for their safety. them to get out of there. Like,
oh yeah, they're not leaving. It's not going to happen. Like simply put, they'd have to do it the way that they did it in Detroit. Like they just got to do it. You can't. No one can know what's going to happen. You just got to do it.
He got to lean over to the band and be like, "We gonna do it."
Right. Just like it's a hand signal. That's it. Like it's a hand signal or something, and then that's when it gets.
Or does Q go up there, Dre? Do I got something to say?
And that's when that's the signal. That's
hey,
it right
Dre.
there. And that's when all of a sudden CBS cuts straight to commercial.
Ooh.
It goes straight to commercial. It's just like the versus battle with technical difficulties.
Hey, what's so messed up is what if it
and
then they cut the commercial because somebody was quick on it, like, oop, I know that signal.
They said, nope, won't get us.
I can't wait for this show though.
Like I'm excited to see it. I would love.
Because I'm not even following football for real no more. So
I haven't watched the game. I just looked at the score. I just saw Green Bay lost, yesterday.
I look at the scores. I look at it's like the newspaper to me. Just look
like I said, Ravens are out, so I don't give a shit what the hell anybody's doing anymore.
I realize I'm old. I don't even know half these players.
Not a damn one of them.
I mean, now what school did he go to?
I'm in a fantasy league and I'm still drafting cats that's like 40 years old out there. Like, hey man, he was good though. Like, he was good.
Morris, stop still playing.
He was good back in 07.
What team Ocho Cinco playing for now?
Exactly, it's me and my whole fantasy league. I was like, yo, I don't even know none of these cats, and you following the ratings that somebody else give out. I'm like, I don't even know these cats.
I'm done with I may do a little DraftKings bet here and there, but
I can't even do that. That's just like throwing my money into the wind at that point because I don't know not one player, not one team, what's going on.
Yeah, definitely excited to see this. Also, I'm trying to think what else is coming up. Kanye's documentary, which apparently may or may not be happening now. Because
why won't he?
He wanted to do the final edit.
He wants a final edit.
Hey, you know what that made me think of? You remember his episode of Punk when they was trying to take this film footage of his video?
Right.
That made me think of it.
Hey, this ain't gonna come out, y'all. Because if he got final, I know if I'm a production company and Netflix, I run it. No, you can watch it. You don't get final. Who are you?
This 20 years of footage.
Because his edit's gonna be a lot different than what the original edit's gonna be.
To that, I feel like to that point, for you to be saying this now, it was never agreed on that this was gonna happen.
It's in the contract.
It's not in the contract. So if you wanted that, right, it should have been in the contract before, or you should have put the shit together yourself and show and done like a pay-per-view, whatever the hell, to get it out there. If this is what you wanted, because obviously this is not going to happen.
Yeah. I didn't even know, because then you got to think he's one of the people that are going there and be like, and making other people do their job longer, and then Netflix has to incur that charge for having these editors go back. If they do what he says, they got to go back and pay these freelancers to go back in and re-edit all this stuff. You costing us more money. Mm-hmm. We gave you your one check. There you go.
Check has been sent and cashed. So.
Oh, he cashed that. He one of them type of Negroes. He cashed all his checks.
He had to get him some new boots.
Man, him and the fucking boot. He is really, really pushing those boots.
Hey, somebody said that's like when you go to a black church and the baptismal boots that the pastor have on.
Yeah. Right. Like, you look like he about to go fishing at any minute. Like, it's like, what is with you and these boots? He is really... He loves those boots. Those are his favorite. I call them his cheerleading boots. Your favorite cheerleading boots. Yeah. Why?
I hope I never get enough money that I want to dress like that.
I hope I do. I hope I do get that much money. And this is like, I'm just wearing these fucking boots because I can. I'm wearing these boots up in Target. I'm wearing these boots at the DMV. Why? Because I fucking can.
Did y'all listen to the Kanye and Game? Easy?
Yeah, Kanye's corny. He's a corny dude, man. I just don't like him no more, man. I literally don't like this man.
He's
cornball.
I mean, and I was a big Kanye fan before. No doubt about it. But he is Darth Vader to me. And us black folks that want to fight against all the Rebel Alliance, we gotta fight against this Negro.
He made
Jesus walks.
He didn't write it. Rhymefest wrote it. I'm tired of people saying he made Jesus Walks when Rhymefest wrote that song.
That's always the argument, though.
I know, but Rhymefest wrote that. Kanye did not write it.
That's the whole thing. Because what was it? Like a couple of months ago, and it was about Kanye not writing shit, and he didn't write shit, and this is who wrote this, and this is who wrote that, and this is who wrote that. But then all those people came in and were like, well, it was a collaboration, and like niggas didn't want to fuck up that check.
No.
Like niggas was like, now, hold on, now, Kanye was there, and we all came together and we wrote it all together, and I got my credit for that. Like
that's where Lauryn Hill went wrong. She didn't take care of her people. That's why everybody talked about that Miseducation album.
Listen, them niggas came quick to tell everybody it wasn't just me. Kanye was there. We all wrote down. So I wrote down 3 words, and he wrote down 3 words with collaboration. So quick. Like
I was playing a tambourine.
It was amazing. Nobody was like, "Oh yeah, like that's just like it's true." Nah, immediately everybody came like, "No, no, sir." Kanye wrote them songs. No, you ain't gonna fuck up my check. And I understand it. That's why I don't speak ill of too many of my ex-husbands. You ain't fucking up my alimony. You ain't gonna get me.
Fucking up the church.
Yeah, because you mess up a check, that's less money you get. They gonna readjust that when his money go down.
I learned that watching on the Dr. Dre Defiant ones when Tyrese was making that claim Dre was the billionaire, and then they cut some of that deal, the Apple money.
Yeah, the Apple money. Tyrese out there talking too fucking much. That money gets taken away. What was it? I want to say Erykah Badu. Somebody said something like, asked her, like, who's your favorite rapper? She's like, y'all fucking up my child support. I ain't finna answer that question. That's a real play. I mean, look, nigga, your baby daddies are Dre 3000, the DOC, and Jay Electronica.
Oh,
I'm not
awesome
asking this
MC.
fucking question. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
You fuck up my child support? Absolutely fucking not. I don't even listen to rap. I don't even know what you're talking about. Rappers.
My boyfriend, 27, and paint pictures. I don't know what he do.
Well, that is going to end us out for another episode on Listen 90s Music. Make sure we have a new page, YouTube page. You can go subscribe over there. This is going to be the last show you will get there, except on the audio side. If you listen to audio, it's going to be there still. But on the YouTube page, go over to I Only Listen to 90s Music YouTube page. That's where all the shows will be hosted at now, moving forward. Make sure you join the I Only Listen to 90s Music Facebook page as well. I Only Listen to 90s Music Instagram. Everywhere you just put it in,
everywhere
we pop up.
We're like MasterCard. Everywhere that you want to be.
We there.
And don't be in there talking stuff because they will kick you out.
I will kick somebody out.
Yeah, and read the rules at the top. Stacey has explicit rules at the top of this page.
It's we legit
they're pretty easy to follow.
It's like legit like one rule. Like don't mention R. Kelly. Like that's like the main rule. Like that's it. And it's like the R. Kelly rule is funny as shit because people like have tried to test me on that. And it's like I have a keyword alert anytime R. Kelly is mentioned. And so if he's mentioned, and it sometimes
you have it for Robert Kelly too?
Yeah, Robert Kelly's in there too. So like context plays a part in all of that, but it's that's just like the rule. Like don't you can't. R. Kelly has done a lot musically. There's lots of he's produced, so I can't tell you don't post a song that he has produced. Right? It's not about that. But like his solo work, don't post the shit, or we're not bringing them up. And people have tried to test me, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, you're out.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll always have our time when we kind of acted like we didn't know he was a child molester.
Right?
We'll always have that.
We know better, we do better. But what about other people? What about them? Like, look, right now, this is this rule. Like, they're not saying everybody is perfect or has not done some shit. Well, we know that R. Kelly has done some shit. So simple as that. Like, that's the rule.
Oh. It's underage girls too. That's the thing. Like, yeah.
Oh, real quick to change the subject, real quick.
Yeah.
Next weekend is the 2-day documentary, the Janet Jackson. I think that's next Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
Is that on
I
Showtime?
don't know. Was you still trying to do the watch party?
I want to do. It's not on Showtime. It's on Lifetime.
It's on Lifetime.
And because it's on Lifetime, it's ruining my life. I wanted to do like like you do Netflix watch parties, where you can do those for Netflix. You can do it for HBO Max, everywhere, but not Lifetime. So I'm still trying to figure. Like, I would love to be able to watch that with people and like be able to do something. So I got.
Do they have a watch party for Hulu?
Hulu has a watch party. Yeah.
Is Lifetime's on Hulu? Can we do it through that and just do it through the Hulu app for Lifetime through there?
I have
Do
to
they
look
show
at
it? Yeah.
I don't want to say yes. It's a Hulu, I think, would have, but Hulu wouldn't have it that day. They have it the next day, right? Unless you do like Hulu
It all
Live
depends
TV,
on what
you have
package
to
you
have
pay
live
for.
TV.
It all
So
depends on what you pay for.
I'll have to dig in and figure it out because I would fucking love to do that. Just like when BET did the New Edition one, I would have loved it. Like, I mean, at that time, watch parties weren't really a thing, but that would have been amazing. Yeah. So anytime that I can get everybody together and we can just all watch together and talk shit, love the idea of doing it. So I'll
like
keep
how
it.
We used to do the BET Awards.
Right.
Man, remember those days? Those were so awesome.
Right, because I mean, everybody's going to be on Twitter, and it's like that's fine, but I would love to be able to like get us together
in the group.
So
you could be there with us and also be on Twitter. You can
absolutely. That's it.
We'll get it together.
Thank y'all for listening. As always, we will see y'all again soon.
All right.